Cataloging and Standardization Act of 1952 requires the Secretary of Defense to establish a single, integrated standardization program to achieve the highest practicable degree of standardization of items and practices used throughout the DoD. It also requires the DoD to standardize or make interoperable equipment, including weapons systems, ammunition, and fuel, between the U.S. and NATO. Though Congress made standardization a legislative matter, the DoD has used standards far longer than it has been a matter of law. The DSP develops, manages, and disseminates DoD-wide policies and procedures governing material standardization, and it provides a forum for sharing best practices in the acquisition and distribution of standards, addressing issues such as access and procurement costs of standards.
Standardization helps in ensuring the safety, quality, interoperability, reliability, and performance of the things the DoD buys and the services it receives. Standardization leads to greater clarity. When a system or system components are standardized, they're predictable. A standardized system is much easier to deploy and maintain. Standardization is a key enabler to achieving interoperability, interchangeability, commonality, modularity, and integration of new technology into our weapon systems. Additionally, it helps program offices to reduce the proliferation of parts and promote the use of parts and commercial items with acceptable performance, quality, and reliability.
Standardization supports joint service operations and interoperability with allies and coalition partners. For example, aerial refueling, one of the great acrobat shows in the world. And a NATO STANAG, a standardization agreement, allows U.S. FA-18 Hornets to be refueled from British VC-10 tankers. The aircrew procedures, the equipment, the tactics, and even the communications are defined by NATO standards, and they were developed to ensure that aircraft are designed to meet the requirements of air-to-air fueling. They provide the tactics so that users know what to expect and know what to do when right communications are heard.
Standards allow modern societies to take advantage of technological advancements taking place in the commercial market at a low cost or at a reduced risk. Without standards, everyday life would be somewhat more difficult. Throughout our day, we can communicate, access information, transfer and receive data, operate a plethora of systems, and enjoy everyday comforts because the items or parts, products, equipment, material we use have been developed and manufactured to meet defined standards or requirements of performance, quality, and safety. Standardization for military purposes yields similar benefits for the warfighter, enabling service, joint, and multinational interoperability and a reliable logistics chain to sustain operational readiness. The Defense Standardization Program provides DoD with the framework for the military departments and defense agencies to establish a common set of requirements to develop and sustain innovative defense systems solutions and support the defense acquisition system. A critical factor in the success of DoD's program has been its management structure that equips technical experts to select or develop and implement the standards needed. The Defense Standardization Program is comprised of thousands of technical experts organized by a centralized management structure to coordinate and manage those decentralized standardization activities across the department, which includes engagements with our allies and partners and non-government standards bodies. We provide standardization management tools to equip the department to apply standardization to meet operator, engineering, and acquisition goals and requirements from development through sustainment. I'll provide a sampling of these tools, but encourage you to visit our website to learn more about all of our tools. First, policies and procedures. Developing specifications and standards under the DSP is a consensus process that involves many stakeholders in DoD, other government agencies, and industry. This process helps ensure that when we develop common technical solutions to technical problems, they are documented and widely disseminated. Information systems such as ASSIST, GUIDEP, and QPD that provide access to data information. ASSIST is the official source of standardization documents developed and used by the DoD. ASSIST also associates qualified products, if they exist, and manufacturers lists in the qualified products database, and identifies implementing documents for many international standardization agreements, as well as provides other information to help program offices make better, faster to standardization decisions. GUIDEP provides the federal government with a mechanism for submitting feedback on the implementation of standards and performance of items procured for use in defense systems. Third, training. We believe in the development of standardization management skills for DoD personnel and contractor support responsible for the creation and implementation of defense system requirements. We support traditional and tailored in-class and virtual training offered by the Defense Acquisition University and host in-house conferences and other training resources. Fourth, we facilitate collaboration and engagement with non-government standards bodies, as well as multinational organizations. The DSP provides the framework for engagement with non-government standards bodies and other developers of standards to adopt common, widely used standards. As we celebrate 70 years of making systems work together, we're looking ahead towards ways in which we can strengthen the program and identify new opportunities in support of improved interoperability, logistics readiness, and insertion of new technologies into existing weapon systems. As the DoD, defense industry, and others undergo a digital transformation over the coming years, the Defense Standardization Program Office will build upon our past successes by leveraging new tools and strengthening our partnerships. We have the opportunity first to modernize our tools. We are currently working towards this end, modernizing information systems such as GUIDEP and ASSIST, and revising standardization policies, procedures, and guidance documents, as well as enhancing our training offerings, all in order to rapidly deploy standardization products for engineering, acquiring, and sustaining defense systems that meet the needs of our warfighters. Second, we want to achieve simplicity at scale, supporting the users and maintainers of standards by simplifying access to standardization data and information, correlating information in indexes and repositories that house standards and standardization-related content. Third, improve the management and distribution of information across the department. We hope to build a database to facilitate collaboration and information flow for individuals who represent the DoD on non-government standards bodies and specifically for participation in international standards-setting organizations addressing emerging and disruptive technologies. Fourth, to strengthen and expand cooperation with our allies and partners. The United States cannot support multinational force operations without support from our allies and partners. Though the DSP has done a wonderful job engaging with the military departments and defense agencies and other components on activities supporting the development of international standardization agreements, we hope to turn our attention to documenting implementation and lessons learned. Finally, to leverage growing interest in smart standards and documents as digital data. Only by working with partners in industry and standards development organizations, non-government standards bodies, and other partners, we can maximize the benefits of the digital transformation. Marketplace tools and technology that allow documents to be machine and human readable will allow the department to make a leap from paper-based documents and processes to digital processes and products and interoperable data. This will require a multi-phased approach to first digitalize standardization documents in coordination with other standards developers to harmonize and achieve interoperable documents. As we embark on these efforts, we're taking a hard look at the flexibility and adaptability of document development procedures. As DoD adopts practices such as MOSA, DevSecOps, and Agile methodologies while undergoing digital transformation, there's an increasing need to address a growing range of products to include standards profiles and architectures, compliance testing and implementation guidance, as well as to address defense acquisition needs requiring a quick standardization solution. Also, we're working on equipping a standards-savvy workforce. DoD's goals of developing innovative, advanced capabilities and cutting-edge defense systems cannot be realized without the implementation of data and technical standards developed by non-government standards bodies. Therefore, it is critical to ensure that DoD personnel are well-equipped to participate alongside our partners in the private sector in standards development, particularly in international standards development in emerging technology areas. Finally, we must continue to maintain our standards portfolio, and we will continue to work to improve DoD personnel access to non-government standards. The steps we are taking today to leverage digital tools and processes and to update our guidance, tools, and products to better support the standards user will set the stage for the next 70 years of standardization within the DoD.